Hello, this is FG back with you for Anbennar, continuing on with the Council League campaign. Last episode we had finished up our fight with the Hag, as well as, obviously the expansion, but we ended off with the Hag War. Alright. Yeah. Last time I tried this, I got actually something very unusual, which I didn't actually know was in the mod, which is we got the Castellarian Silver family as a consort, which was fascinating. Alright. Things we are going to be doing. They don't have capital in the north. 47 more. Alright, additionally... Okay, we gotta core that first. And then we could probably use magic, actually. But what we really want is to be able to annex Clouded Eye. That. We have Simulation of Natives, Mass Charm. Check something. How close am I to advancements? Upgrade kit. Alright. Yeah, we can't do that. Although I suppose we could study some magic. Enchantment. Yeah, we can continue to do enchantment. Continue to lose money as well. Stony Sleep Disturbed. The White Walls were once looked after by the Wardens, an institution upheld by Castellar, so that this symbol of our new resolve might never be lost. Yet the walls now are as silent as the night. With the walls asleep, we hope for the Wardens to be dead, for the alternative would be too much to bear. The stone itself will wake as our garrison march along its battlements once more. And crenulations see use as the devastation passes and their resilience endures eternal. Alright, so we will get 2 buildings there. And next place we want to colonize is probably North Citadel, actually. Okay, so we can get up to 170. Yeah, we also could go for there. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we would actually like them as an ally, because we want to vassalize them. Really want to annex at least one of our Orcish vassals before we do anything, though. Yes, take this off. Ardent Keep Fort can be abandoned for right now. Okay. Means we need to go here. The nobility. Alright, we are now of great power. Alliance with Sword Covenant. Why? Ooh. Okay, I guess we won't be doing that then. And yeah, we do want tech. Alright. That's good. Now we want one there, one here. Determined to hold. The Ardent Keep is a place where we can build a new capital. Far from the cursed land of that Old Haven seems to be, the land is well equipped to handle many people, and the ruins of the old building still provide a solid foundation for us to rebuild from. We should invest in this place and move all we can from where the dark dealings have been enacted. The keep is a much safer redoubt, and will benefit more in this from this investment. It will repay us in kind for what we put in. Alright, so yeah, cloth, which is an alright shade, good. Okay. Our steps move with increasing confidence. Where once we were on the brink, now we can see something approaching, where we can claim the mantle of what was lost in full, and not be laughed at as pretenders by the other Canorian powers, and engage in full diplomacy as the de jure rulers of the greater part of Ascan. All we need is to continue what we have done, and bring those who gave us some autonomy to more and more in line as things progress. Alright. Ruinous origins. House Blacktower has a dark origins. Vinok the Arrogant was our founder, and he was the one who slew Munis Moonsinger with a great fireball. His service as one of the acolytes to Nichmer the Sorcerer King is one that will never be forgotten. The new generations like Callista and beyond represent the chance for a new history and story to be told. Our administration shall be reformed, and the Black Tower shall not be that of Balvertesk, but of the central towers of the new keeps and redoubts that we shall build along the white walls for our people. Alright, so we get 20 years of reform progress, which is good. Obviously, we are the ones who built Balvertesk. Alright. It's probably worth it to get that down. Alright, if you're gonna be like that... What can we do? Oh, we're gonna conquer them for one. Don't really want to vassalize that many nations, actually. How many men do they have? 13,000? Yeah, we do not want this many vassals. Alright, yep, we will take tech. And here, we want these provinces. Alright, take money. Excellent. That cash will be used to pay off some of our loans. Because, sweet mother of God, we need to pay off loans. You know what? I am gonna chill out on the colonization for just a little bit. As we can afford to. Hail the clergy. Alright, so that's no tech. Shit, what can I do to curtail them? Let those things time out? I guess. I can build that eventually. That'll make them happy. Alright. What this means now, though, is that... First of all, nope, not the clergy. Alright, I can get rid of that. That'll help. So you can throw in strong duchies and nobility integration policy. Okay. Alright, never mind, we can't do it. I thought we could. Because I forgot how to do basic math for a moment. We'll work on curtailing the clergy. Yep. Marled Sword Covenant. Alright. Yep. Inflation. Question of rights. Spelled the wrong dwarf. Okay. Alright. That actually fixes a lot of things. So what that means Oh. And... Alright. Okay, so for economy actions... do that. Vacate local rulers. We can't do that yet. Oh well. To do that, how much relation? Okay, because we can also do that. Colonial expansion. I really wish these events wouldn't suck so much of my money up, but it is what it is. Enchantment. Fear and Loathing and Ardent Keep. Yeah, we're working on it. Not allied to either of them. I'm fine being allied to them. Charter. Okay. Anyone else who would like knowledge sharing? How did I? Sure. You know what? You need to do this. Or not. Okay. They do adopt it. I think that's a mission tree thing, though. Definitely improve with them. Okay, and then we want to go to the Merchants Guild, take out another loan. And then we want to go here. Greatly reduce the amount we actually have to spend. Okay, so now we have just one colonist. Okay, we'll course join. Actually, no, we want to take that down. We just want to mothball him, though. Pretty good hair, actually. Okay, now we can do that. improve relations here. Okay. Do we have war exhaustion? We don't. Fortunately, we simply do not have the money to do that. Alright. Now I would like to go here. And we can't have relations yet again. Annex. Okay, that'll take 5 years. We'll throw a thing down there. Cannot afford to do that. Scars of the past. Yeah, no, we are eventually gonna get rid of them anyways. Alright, I did handed out the nobility integration. So that'll go down to 60, I think. Again, we need to pay off loans. The late breakers ended. Which would be to take all of it, 118. Okay. The only reason why they're still doing that is because they are war. And we will actually have to seize land. Yeah. Should reduce their share down. Yeah. So now it'll go down to 59. How long till this expires? 6 years. Alright. I'll take war taxes. Plus this gives us a chance to deal with inflation. care about that either. And this is just a chance to develop. It'll be good to knock them down a few pegs anyways. As well as, obviously, deal with our loan situation. Treasury. Sword Covenant. Please finish your damn war up. Although, with all of this money rolling in, this also means I can actually build some more men. Here. I have no intention of subjugating them. We do, however, need to get 50 relations with them. Which is doable, I think. I influence with loans. About development, exploit development. Yeah, I might do that. I'm going to real quickly pause, though, before I do anything. Alright, I am back. So, what we need to do is we need to pay off... what? 5 loans at 137 each, so... like 500-ish ducats. Damn. And repay 3 of my loans. Now I'm gonna have to do something weird. By weird, I can take these and then that. Anything I can... No. Should have thought about this beforehand. go back. And we will make sure to pay our loans off. We'll do justified awards this time. Can't do that. Gotta sign out from them because I need Castaneath directly. Okay, their most expensive provinces. This one. Alright, as far as spellbook, enchantment, divination, conjuration, illusion, transmutation. How many plant-based goods do I have? Quite a lot, actually. That'll up the income. Off the big loans. Good. Really, every duck counts. Yep, do that. And then we can do... Oh, look at that. Orcs came to Iskan, driven by Korgus Dukinson, to the vile purpose of the Green Tide, the destruction of chivalric Iskan as we knew it. Over the last 20 years, the realms that had been here were destroyed by the organized campaign with the intent that only orcs would remain, with all others enslaved or put to flight. While Thane, Bluetusk, and the other half-orcs remind us that orcs are not inherently evil, but for what they have done, they must atone. And we can do support the wrong dwarf. Alrighty. A new settlement. Yeah, unite the colonies. And for other stuff... we'll build a spy network here. Okay. Advisor cost for our heir, which is good. Not quite as good as Callista, but Lawrence will be make a fine heir. Again, we just want to do some development. And we would like to actually crawl out of our debt hole. We'll make our lovely little subject upset with us, though. Which kind of is a problem. Grave Brothers, we do not mind them being a vassal. In fact, I'm actually going to try and make sure they're a vassal. The other ones, though, are going to have to go. Alright, then we want to go here. Alright, now we have 3 loans to pay off. Huzzah! Right. We'll actually accept the green orcs in. State needs money. We're so close. Anti-clericalism. Alright. And then curtail the clergy. That clergy curtailed. Hurrah! Okay, we do want these. And we will put our men up so they are ready to fight. Order of the Ashen Rose. Coven Blade is now a thing. Then you get 2 cannons. We are going to accept. Yeah. Alright. Alright, they're done. Here. I assume Corinthar probably wants. Yeah, they want all those provinces. Okay, we can now take tech. How are Blade Breaker doing? Yeah, we're still not able to do that. Now we just have 2 loans to pay off. Alright. Consort of the People. No. Not gonna live long enough for it to be of much use. Okay, I stopped building a spy network. I think I stopped building a spy network because they formed their new nation. Alright, and we get a bunch of money out of that, which is lovely. We are now debt-free. It's amazing. Their capital is here. So we can royal marry them. And as for you guys... Trade favors for trust. Yeah, just do all of it. Yeah. Now we want to do Spellbook, Mass Charm, and I think it's probably time. It's Combat Width, 24. Now we'll do some Knights in honor of Shvar Kiskan. Yeah, you know what, I'll make them happier. Okay, go Goedelicus. And because of that, we're actually going to form an alliance with them. Fortunately, half-orcs are just costing way too dang much to, actually integrate. Yeah, we can spy on Marl. We want to do that anyways. And we are going to send them an insult. Unfortunately, this is just the way it has to be, no chest here. And it has to be this way. I really want my espionage ideas. They're so good. Oh yeah, I can build a spy network here. That's good. Boost alarm. Yeah, they don't want to marry me. Alrighty. With them, we want that. And then we want these. It'll make some people upset, but it's fine. Also cost us most of our admin points. Oh, no Nurchestier, no fucking Khmer Silmuna. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be interesting when they do get a mission tree, though. Canonically, they consolidate a scon. We can do... let's do Minara. Okay. Yeah, we actually have all the Greenwork provinces. Oh, there he goes. What is he good at? Well connected. Is there anyone who has a well-connected... Yeah, who cares? Yep, we got that. Oh, natives. We're gonna nearly have all of Anbennar. The homeland. We will have to get that province, though. Okay, here we can get pale clerical privileges for obvious reasons. Namely that they are an absolute nightmare for us to deal with. Yeah, we'll actually take that. We can go ahead and throw some advisors down. We're way over because we just have not had the prestige to actually upgrade. Okay, what we can do is we can do that. And that'll help a lot. And... found another building. Ooh, Bladebreaker civilized. Yep. Excellent. Yep, one by the elves in improved relations. Can now get up to plus 50. State magical thesis. Alrighty. So that, we now have one of three. Wing build, Matrocratic administration. Okay, we can do that, and then we can... Yeah, so we should be able to get to Magical Infrastructure 1 once we have the cash. $18. I think handle nobility land rights. Okay, they did end up annexing that province. Born daughter. Uh, hmm. Yeah, she's just not good. Okay, so we can get up to 80. And for you, I want you to break your alliance with Covenblade. That was to declare on Covenblade. Yeah, why wouldn't go? Why would go ahead have money? You know, that's actually an unreasonable thing for me to ask. I'm the bad guy for asking why one of the number 3 great power should have any money. Oh, this is a dinner. Huh. Guess I missed the event where that flipped over. Hero of Castellar. That, and then mana. Conjure supplies. Go ahead and get that done. I was to declare. Alright, we're gonna have to do that before Brombar joins in. I hate this so much. Yeah, half-orcs are fine. Alright. And here, we want to take that off. Take that off. Naranath. Okay. If I can knock them out of the war, that'd be really good. Yep, I can join in. And I actually want 2 more cannons. Because we do actually want to take a province from Aeonor to finish our mission tree before we can reform it into Castellir. Go ahead and take that. And then for Aelnor, we're gonna take that. Not bother with anything else. Four, four, six. That is lovely. And they even had a mage ruler or mage general. Additionally, we do want to go with Conjuration, some supplies, evocation, enchantment. Okay. Okay, here, and here. They got to go right there. Alright, theoretically, how much of Coven Blade could I take? I also want to turn that to them. Nope, it's wrong. I really need some good prestige events. These can go that way. On sort of the people. How much? Okay, yeah, that was actually good. Two of a kind, yeah. Can't afford level 3 advisor at this moment. Okay. I will take that because I want this. Then we can take that and we can get super big reduction to our what's it called? Aggressive expansion. Okay, so that would actually do 64, which is much better. For Marhold, Colonialism, sure, fine, good. Like that. And we can do adventure bands. Might not be adventurers in the truest sense. Adventurers nonetheless. From Marhold. So, from Marhold. Okay, we won't do that. And then we need this general. Great timing. I know this was a bad idea last time, but we can do that. Get it to Kingdom. That, because I do love me money. And I also need to build one of those right there. Here, we can fabricated a claim right there. Do we need anything else? Our mission tree. Diplomatic relation. Farm Adventuring Company. We can do this though. Alrighty. Excellent. And then we're gonna go sit right there. And we're gonna concentrate development here. We can't concentrate there. Okay, so now it is time to sit around and await states of loyalty is 50 or greater. Yeah, we can do generous quest rewards. Get them up to 50. They're at 50. Now we just need level 2 advisors, which is doable. And here we want to your relations. A royal married already. And we can just Diplo vassalize these guys. Yeah, it's not even close. Speaking of... For vassalization, yeah, Wyvern Heart are the only ones. And we can build another one of those. Alrighty. How are we doing? Number 6. Pretty good. What if I influence them? To get this over with quicker. Diplomatic rep needs to be at least 1. Skill 2 advisor. We can do that. Okay, then get rid of that. Get rid of right of council as well. That'll still leave them at 50 and them at 50 equilibrium. Okay. Insult here. Now we just want carriage. They're attacking Bjarnrek. Alright, we're not going to seize land because we want to do that mission. We can do that though. Do effectively have all of Inner Castor, and then Anbennar, which is excellent. And do that. Old estate, we can get that. Yeah, we definitely need that. We're fine with orcs. Cartels. And then morale would honestly be a little bit better. We are going to have to take out a loan. Right. Time to give out that Article Advisory Council, Democratic Councilors, Advisory Board as well. Okay, let me take a look at the trade situation. Okay, we are collecting from the right one. And we can placate them twice, divert trade. Okay, it's better. Shit. Okay. Okay. I actually clicked the wrong event there. I thought I was clicking the, make the Merchants Guilds upset and make the, other ones happy. Okay, yeah. Council League is Niscani country. Go ahead and full core Anbennar as well. Okay, mill-wise, yeah, we can definitely do that. Reinforced costs are quite expensive. Okay, Mage's influence is... Okay, we can do Magocratic Administration. We'll upgrade that. Expansion privileges... Monopoly Charter. Alright. And here I want... which land do the adventurers actually control? 10%. Been better, but it's fine. Free war taxes. Pay that stupid loan off. Think you're funny, don't you, game? Alright, the adventurers came into our lands, they helped stop the green tide, and for that we will be forever grateful. But they did not leave, they remain in the land, yet it would also not be fair to tell them they cannot make a home here. There must be limits, though. With kindness, with grace, and through establishing greater relations, we shall acquire their fealty in full. The tide of the world turns, and in this darkness the silver dragon remains silent. Truly felled by Zamalot, we are alone and bereft. Our thoughts and prayers must then become action to restore the realm that Castellos' avatar gave his life to protect. This sacrifice and all the sacrifice of the War of Chivalric Ascon, of those who fell on the green tide, must not be flitted away. Even if he cannot hear us beyond the White Citadel, we still must strive by his example. We have expanded our dominion. The dreams of that which was lost is something that still holds fealty from the adventurers and more besides within the white walls. The dream of Castellar is that of the feudal continuation of the power of antiquity that was Castanor, and we have kept it alive and well. We are the core that remains of that idea, so just as we survive, the center holds. Our flag has flown for a while now. The decision to adopt a different symbol, while the symbolic task of restoring Castellar remains unfulfilled. Seeming more and more hollow as we get closer to the task, the old white dragon flag is seen as something is seeing more use as people do not feel they might be cursed by bad luck or that our survival is premature. The task remains ahead, but to see the old flags flutter in the wind is a source of pride for those who remember the old kingdom. It may only be a physical item, but to see them mended and put up is something that is a reminder of what has been lost in this interregnum and what can be restored if we are fully successful. Our banner will expand, and soon the internal flags of our vassals shall be replaced are integrated into the whole. Alright, speaking of which, we do want to annex them. That shouldn't take too long at all. We will take Tech Aid. We do additionally kind of want to develop province to get colonialism. Yeah, we should take that. And now we can do up the river, the upper Nath. Okay. Southgate. We can do this. And we can do that. Try and let them rise up so we can deal with them eventually. Rest, autonomy. Okay, so that will culture convert 3 provinces, which is pretty good. Ability loyalty is 60 or greater. Okay, we can do that. Yep, we'll do that. Additionally, we can actually rotate the balance of power. And with that, we can do this, as well as outraged countries. That will definitely take a while, but it shall be fine. Here. Okay. And let's really piss them off. Through the capital. Yep, manpower. Again, we don't actually hate the orcs all that much. Alright. So here... Carlian is gone. For someone who took us from strength to strength, it seems hard to continue without him. Yet he and his confidants made sure that we would inherit his mantle in a fit state, and that which began with him would be continued to fruition. Whatever lies ahead of us, the road may be long, its challenges fierce, but the Count's League that strides forth to meet them and more will be one that owes itself to the education that Carlian passed on. For he was the one who saw the good and bad of the old feudal order of Castellir, and what is to come will champion what made it great and discard what died with calamity. Alright. And now we want to do that. There, there. Here, here, here. Alrighty. Up the river. The Nath River was one of the lifebloods of Inner Castanor, so its security is vital to our ability to project power and also, crucially, to be able to supply the needs of the great stone city of Castanath. These lands are empty and so must be retaken. The Flunghead clan of goblins conquered so that they could be put to work for our state, just as the orcs did unto them. Alright. And we can also do dramatic reputation. Another legacy. So we need loyalty. 57. Alright, we will actually throw an enforced religious unity down there then. So that'll get done. And here, make sure that all of this is covered. Times of need. Yeah, I'll do that. Sell Galling. Alright, thank you. And 60 here, 57 there. And then the old estate, we can do that. And we'd really like for, yeah, let them to their business. First time Cardest, you're actually coming this way. Speaking of which, let's do that instead. Excellent. Do this. Yep. We do that. Another legacy. The city that Balgar built is ours once more, though not all survivors under our care have seen it before. To take it in with all its majesty is still a sight to behold, and within, too, is a story of resilience. The patricians who run the city were able to survive through various means, and it is time we greet them as fellow legacies of the Ascon that was, and shall be once more. Alrighty. So... oh. Yep, there we are. There's the Castanet. Patricians. Patrician Advisory Board. This one. Wait. Fuck. We need the land. Shit. Alright, do that. Whatever. This. Let's seize the land. Right, we can't do that. And then we want to do this. And what have we not done from the nobility? Right? I mean, we can do that. And then we can do the old estate. Ebenmark is a disputed area, but is also the land our forebears found themselves in after the fall of Black Castanor. Disgraced descendants of one of the darkest figures in Canorian history. Left with less and less land as it was hardly an illustrious legacy, the Black Tower family was moved around this region, across the borders of Voronmarch and Castellir. Never having much in the way of prestige, they still learned a lot from being cast out and moving about, such that over the 4 centuries since, the whole Ebenmark has become familiar in how to administer it. So hypothetically, if you wanted to go war with Grombar, yeah, they'd be happy to. We can probably tell them to break an alliance again. Yep, do that. Welcome home. Ebenmark was disputed for centuries between Voronmarch and Castellir. The land had been settled by many Gerudians who considered themselves part of the new Castanor, and so they maintained deep ties to the Proto-Castellirian nobility of Cast and Anor, even when under Voron sovereignty. This was the land where the Black Towers lived for the past 4 centuries, and it is only with the coming of the Green Tide that we were sent packing. This land is where our lives were made and where Carlian, among others, was raised. It is bittersweet to return when the entire other side of Castellir has been our home for 20 years or more, and more now. Still, it is one thing to know one's history, and another to be able to inherit it in full. Alrighty. How many men do they have? 40,000. How many men do we have? Less than that. We are actually going to develop North Castanet to get the institution. Mostly because it actually has a culture that we're going to convert. Alrighty. And what else do we want to do? Combat width is currently 25. So let's go up to 20 here. Alright, never mind. God, I am simply going to sit around on here until they're done. Let me come back this way. Spy network. Spy network. I actually did convert over to Regent Corps, which means I guess they did their mission tree. Because their mission tree does actually convert them over to what's it called? Regent Court. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe it's just a demonstration event. Or something. You go get him, Gorantar. Dusty Fortune Teller. Yep, do that. Our heir's a zealot. That's cool. Blade has ended. Fabricate a claim on Ryle Mount. And we also want a claim. Oh, let me do this. Illusion, invisibility. And then we want to fabricate a claim on Alt's Peak. No claim. Trialwood. Oh, come on. Oh well. Shit. Alright. There we go. Alright, so hypothetically, if we declare war, we can call in Galed. Here, however, we can ask them to break their alliance with Grombar because we're such good friends. Alright, we are now modern on tech, kind of. Let them know I want those provinces. Steel Hill. Okay. I'm gonna declare for Athfork. Declare war, call in Galed, and we are going for Athfork. Yeah, we can take this off for at least a little bit while we wait for the tower to get built so we can develop it quicker. Of course, we're going to want eventually all of these provinces, but for right now, we are simply going to take these. Integration is a slow process. If we wait for this war to be over, we can even culture convert these, so we're not going to take that mission. Please join me, Galed. Thank you. Where's our theologian? Yeah, skill 3 missionary is good. Do that. This also lets me actually get an army that is at full strength without ever actually having to build anything. Alright, so for Marled, honestly, I just want to piece them out. West Gold's Peak siege is over. Ideally, I'd like to get rid of that, but piecing them out is what I can get, then it's what I can get. Here we want... preferably a general who's not terrible, but... I guess we're getting a general who's terrible. Every single one of these is absolutely miserable. We don't have terrible, like, we have 30 military tradition, which is not great. It's not that bad. Want these provinces... yeah, like, the only Green Orc provinces left are elsewhere. Okay, these guys have cannons, so we can do that. And they decided to get stack wiped for some reason. Alright. Rise to face tomorrow. Excellent, excellent. Take that. Take that prestige. Really exploit this. Can I... I'm gonna null that and that. Alright, that makes them happy. We can do this. And now we need to do whatever the Castanet partitions tell me to. And here we want to claim on Northhill. Need to do that. Those guys can come back here. Okay, good, good, good. And then we want to, real quickly now, sundering their society. We have no intent to exterminate the orcs, nor send them on to Khorne knows where. But it has become clearer and clearer that for long-term coexistence, they cannot be allowed to remain segregated from the general population. Their clans shall be destroyed as social entities, and to this end we shall move them around our nation. It may result in friction, but such is the best path forward for the long-term stability, and perhaps a possibility for us to move on from the past. As part of Castellir, as part of the Castellir that will be. Alright. We nearly have one culture. Running from a traveler. No, we do not care. Okay, we want to throw down a development edict. Also gonna go ahead and put a fort in North Castanet. And we can hand out to the Castanet patricians max building regulations and should the patricians control? Do they have so much? Building regulations and give them that as well. Okay, North Citadel needs how much development? 16. I can do that. And then here. Alright. Done. Are you going to be a vassal, Aelinor? There's your answer. Hero of Castellar. Okay, we will go and do that. That. And that. Right, looking a lot better. We also have a bunch of orcs absolutely everywhere. Will make us significantly richer, which is always nice. Kobold migrants arrive, hurrah! How much is it to fabricate a claim? Okay, and what would I need to upgrade my infrastructure again? 10 mage towers. Skill 4. Magical project. We will do missionary. Smith. All right. And we also want mass charm and chanting embassy as well. Alrighty. So now I have claims on most of them. Magical infrastructure 2. 50% aggressive expansion impact. Who are they allied with? Okay. Able to declare for Victor's Path. Honestly, if Korntar could just deal with Marhold, that would be great. Do not like war wizards. No, Lucian, I'm not giving you any more. I'm not going to give you any one to drink the blood of. Is Lucian still in charge? Yeah, he is. That like 90% sure that's Lucian. Evil bastard. Alright, they are out of the war. Stelos is dead. That really sucks. Especially since we're named for Stelos. Ruler's moderately better, I guess. Yeah, the War Wizard really turned the tide there. I need a general with more than 2 shock. Okay, out. Shit. It's the damn war wizard. Alright, I don't like having to do this so much, but here we are. You know, we're just gonna Death's Doomstack. At least that guy has some utility. And then they can split up. Okay, so Aelinor. Take some of your money so you can get out. Horn Tower is also really pathetic. What are we doing? Where's the issue? And what's happening next? Right. Wrong. Is the good general. Oh, goodish general. Do not want immortality. Okay, so for Marled, a lump sum of cash will suffice. Now to see what the damage is. Actually, not bad at all. I think all of these are already wars, so... Or full cores, so I don't think we can concentrate them very much. Alright. Now... now have Castellier. These are pretty much the full borders of Castellier. Yep, set right there instead. Dwarven Minister, we'll integrate the dwarves, take this prestige. I actually can deal with that, just not any of this. Alright. Additionally, I am curious, what GP number are we? Number 5. Do we actually hold all of Inner Castanor? All but 2 provinces in Marhold, and then obviously the one from Livernheart. We can integrate them, no problem. Number 3 GP now. Yeah, sure. Alright, fabricate a claim on C-Desk. And... Voronwall. Goblins flee our land. That is unfortunate. Spy network. We do actually want to keep a diplomat, preferably. Although we can take it down instead. Comet side. Shit. Nope. It's wrong. Put the clergy. Yeah, alright. Alright, we now have them tolerated. What do coexisting orcs look like? I forgot to check that out. Isn't much coexistence. Either, either integrate them or you destroy them. There doesn't really seem to be much in between. Go with Nathalier. Beloved Air. Nope. Don't like that then. This game can kiss my ass. Stalbor. Silver Ord. Yeah, I'll do that. It's not a very fair invasion. Okay, let's do Cornwall. Yeah, actually, can get 2 full armies, I believe. Currently we're at... with that. And then 1 cannon each. Yep, pretty much perfect. Sending the mount. The trial mount is a storied place, for here's where the old trials of the Castan were partaken in. Here the Ebenfrosts kept the hill under strong supervision and blocked the entrance of those outside the dynasty, and in the wake of that history and 4 centuries of neglect, the mountain is positively serene. The North Citadel sits here. It is time to come to be... its time has come to be restored in resplendent glory once more. The Trial Mount is a mountaintop upon which the first Gaston met the way guide, and was guided to the revelation that led to refugee Castanites founding the greatest human empire. It is the site of the trials that each undertook to and added in kind. Across the different eras, this empire survived with Iskan as its imperial metropole. That was until the Gerudians came in a time of weakness and the Ebenfrost seized the empire for their own. Black Cascanor being born and the trials that made one the next leader now put under guard to only allow an Ebenfrost dynasty to only allow Ebenfrost dynast to attempt them. This bastardization would end with Castan the Enthralled and the final death of Nitchmer on the Mount. The devastation so terrible that the trials were destroyed and marred. Castanor itself was rent asunder, its constituent parts split into the kingdom of Cast and Anor along feudal lines instead of imperial ones. The idea seemed gone, but then they united into Castellir, a continuation of Castanor's demesne, fully united behind the white walls. It was a beautiful dream, cut short by the horrors of the Green Tide before it had time to flourish in full, when compared to the older realms of the Blade Marches, Adenica, and lost realms besides those. But now Castellir is back at hand, and perhaps, in time, Castan's empire will be too. It is much to ponder on as the current state of the Trial Mountain is taken in and then finally descended from. Castellir nearly fell, but the realm built here stands resolute. Alright, we actually have Tech 9, so a little bit late. Revive the Kingdom of Castellir. Yes, please. Alright, and now we have formed Castellir. I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and have a good day.